In this video, we're going to discover why English pronunciation sounds the way it does. Have you ever wondered why there is such a big difference between spelling and pronunciation in English? It's mad, isn't it? If you think about words like comfortable or quiet, oh my God, I can still remember as a non-native speaker when I was learning these words, and I was sometimes asking myself, why, oh why is it that there is no correspondence, almost no correspondence between sounds and spelling in English? I speak Polish, and the way Polish works is that there is correspondence between spelling and sound, just as in the majority of languages around the world. But not in English. English has very little correspondence between spelling and sound, and today I'm going to tell you why. The first thing we need to understand is that there used to be different official languages in England in the past, and they changed. So about 1,000 years ago, people living in England spoke something called Old English. And Old English is often compared to how German or Danish or Viking languages sounded. But then, in the 11th century, the French conquered England, and French became the official language at court. At the same time, Latin was the official language used in legal and academic contexts. So this led to quite a curious situation. The court spoke French, the academics spoke Latin, and people in small villages and smaller towns still used to speak Old English. There was not a lot of communication between bigger cities and smaller towns and villages, so people basically lived in their own bubble and spoke their own language. With time, the situation began to change. The French got kicked out of England, and English became the official language. Communication between cities, towns, and villages also improved. All these different languages began to mix and merge and create one big melting pot that became English. You might not know that, but English is actually the richest language in terms of vocabulary in the whole world. English has over 1 million words, and we keep adding at least 3 new words to the English dictionary every day. Imagine that! Now, before we move on to the final part of this lesson, I wanted to let you know that if you'd really like to improve your pronunciation, you should consider joining my online learning community, Your English Upgrade. Your English Upgrade is a wonderful place if you want to improve your pronunciation and other skills, and join me learning English on one of the 2 weekly webinars that are available to any member of the community. When you become a member of Your English Upgrade, you immediately gain access to pronunciation hacks, a full pronunciation hacks course that I've designed that will help you sound better and more confident in English, and to push you even further, there are 2 weekly challenges for pronunciation practice that will really make you improve the way you speak. And there are other courses on the platform that are just waiting for you to click on and improve your English step by step. And, of course, you can download all the PDFs and audio practice files that go with this video and any other video that I post on YouTube. The link to the community is in the description. I'll see you there. Now, in case you're wondering what words we actually have, for example, from Old English or French or Latin in English, let me show you a few examples. So, for example, woman, courage, or water come from Old English. Court, perfume, and cuisine are in English from French. And then nature, idea, and society are here because of Latin. And then we have words of other origins in English because it seems that robbing words from other languages was actually quite a popular pastime. A few notable mentions would be karaoke, pizza, or choir, which is apparently a mixture of Greek, French, and Latin origins. But this doesn't fully explain why English sounds the way it sounds. And actually the reason for this is something we call the Great Vowel Shift. In case you don't know the word shift, it means change. So there was basically a time in the English history when people started pronouncing vowels differently. Yeah, I mean, why not? The result of the Great Vowel Shift is the current sound system we have in English. But the problem is that while pronunciation got an update, the spelling didn't. So we're essentially spelling the English words the way they used to be spelt, and we're pronouncing them in a modern English way. That's why there's almost no correspondence between spelling and sound in English. The 5 vowels we have can be pronounced in 19 ways in British English and 21 ways in American English. The CH can be pronounced in 6 different ways. Do you know them, by the way? And it seems that pronouncing the letter S as S or Z is a lottery to lots of English learners. So how do you approach learning English pronunciation? Well, first of all, you have to treat the English pronunciation as a different system. The rules that you learned with your mother tongue are probably not applicable to English, and they're preventing you from learning correct English pronunciation. So, change your mindset and treat English pronunciation as a completely different system. Pay much more attention to how words sound rather than to how they're spelled. I know it's a strong temptation to look at the spelling and try to read the word the way it's written, but if you look at something like this, you might get a heart attack. So, treat English as a completely different system. Remember that improving your pronunciation is a process and you have to trust it. Try developing pronunciation learning habits and incorporating pronunciation into your everyday routine. And if you'd like detailed guidance on how to do it, consider joining my online pronunciation hacks community. And now, if you have more energy to practice pronunciation, take a look at one of these 2 videos. I'm sure you'll love them. I'll see you there.